Hello, how are you? I am just getting everything set up. It is Thursday, 12 o'clock Eastern Time, and we are going live on all of my platforms. I say we, I don't know who we is. I am going live, but you are with me on all of the platforms. So right now we're on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, having lots of fun. I want to do more of these lives just to chat, share what's going on in my life, and share some goodies and little nuggets that hopefully help you. So today we're going to chat about something that has come up multiple times throughout this week with clients and then just being out in the world. And it's really just looking at and completing this sentence. If I had blank, my life would be easier, more successful, happier. What is that thing right now? And you can think about it when I'm asking you this. What is that thing right now that if you had it, life would be easier, you would be happier? And some of the biggest things that people have talked about this week are money. If I had more money, my life would be easier. If I had more freedom, my life would be, I would be happier and I would be more successful. I would be what? And number three is if I had more time, I would be able to get it done. I would be more successful. I would be happier. Life would be better. So what is that one thing? And you can put it in the chat box right now if you're watching me live, or if you're watching the recording, let me know. What is that one thing that you believe in this moment to be true, that if you had it, life would be better? And I want to offer some perspective here, because I truly, truly believe that as humans, and especially when you're into self-development and becoming the best version of you and wanting to step into your highest self, your fullest potential, all of that stuff, it's really easy to get addicted to fixing and wanting and thinking that if I had blank, your life would be better. And this also, I've talked about this before when we talk about our goals. What if your goals were actually bogus? What if your goals were coming from a place of lack, that you do not have it, that you do not have enough, that you need more, that you're not enough, that you need to have more love, that you need to have more freedom, that you need to have something else in order to feel a certain way in your life? And everything that we want in our life, we want because we think that in the having of it, it will make us feel better. Our goals, everything. And I know you might be listening to this and thinking, but Vanessa, it would be so much easier if I had more money, if I had more time. My to-do list is so long, or I have all of these things that I need to do. And I want to encourage you to just start thinking about, okay, if that was solved right now, what would probably be my next obsession? The next thing I wanted to fix? Because what if your belief that you needed more money, that you needed more time, that you needed to be more productive, that you needed to have something more, was actually rooted in lack? Because let me tell you, I have worked with hundreds, thousands of people, and they always say, if I had more money, if I had more time, life would be better. My to-do list is so long. And I want to honor you in saying, I get why you feel that way. Our world tells us that. And yeah, bills would be easier to pay. I wouldn't be as stressed. But in those moments when you believe that you would be better if something blank, you give your power away to that thing. And it is time. I don't care what you have going on and what you believe that you need to make your life better. You get to own how you feel and how you show up in this moment. Because if you have a long to-do list and you think, oh, if my to-do list was better, to-do list aside, how are you feeling on a daily basis? Chances are, because I've been there, you are in constant action. You are moving. I personally was exhausted, frustrated, broke. And it was all because I was caught in the doing and action all the time. And we live in this world that cultivates this, that breeds it, that we have to do more, have more in order to achieve whatever, success, love, freedom, whatever that is. And I want in this conversation today to challenge that belief, that what if that wasn't true? What if you stopped subscribing to the hustle culture, the action culture, constant doing and efforting and moving? Because the truth is, you decide how you feel, how you show up, and what you do every day. No one's forcing you. You're choosing to do it, and that is beautiful. And what if in every action you could bring more intention? You could bring more of who you really are, the loving, kind, vibrant person. Because when we get caught up that we want money to solve our problems, time to solve our problems, other people to solve our problems so that we can feel better, like I said, we give away all of our power, and we then give over the belief that we are not in control of our emotions. We are not in control of how we show up in the world. And this is where I truly believe, I'm going to make it super simple for you, that in order to shift everything in your life, your relationships, your results, your finances, your to-do list, it starts with the simple fact that you need to learn how to feel good again, regardless of what's going on around you. Because when we're a victim to our to-do list, to our jobs, to the situation around us, and we do not own that we can show up and feel a certain way in every situation, then, life is miserable. So let's make this really simple. Find today how you can feel good. Start paying attention to the fact that you are giving your power away. Where are you giving your power away? What are you giving your power to? Other people, your career, your children, your family. And once you start bringing that back and finding out how to feel good, you start doing everything in a different way. You start becoming this vibrant soul that is able to actually be more productive, get more done, be more impactful, be more influential, make more money, and actually attract things to you because you've changed. So it's not, we get so caught in the doing to get to a certain result, to get to a certain goal. And it's not the end goal. And I know we've heard this before. It's who you become in the process. So now I'm just giving you that extra nudge to become that person. When you think of your highest self, who is that person? I said this last week and someone had told me this: do what your highest self does easily. Show up as your highest self every day and start feeling good and owning how you feel. Get rid of the addiction to fixing and doing and needing and having and wanting, right? This addiction of the hustle, the grind, wake up earlier, be more productive, do more, doesn't have to be your truth. It's also based on, and I've seen a lot of posts about this lately, which is so exciting because I've really believed this for so long and have really focused on this myself. Because when I was in hustle and grind and doing more and waking up and being more productive, like I said, I did not see results and I was going 100 miles a minute and not getting anywhere. I felt like I was on a hamster wheel. And only when I started to slow down and do less and have more intention and feel better, that's when I made a greater impact. Clients were effortless. My business grew effortlessly. I just showed up as the version of me that I wanted to be. So I hope this resonates with you. And it makes me so excited to tell you that this whole conversation, and like I've said, I've seen it on a few posts on social that I've reshared. And this conversation is why I started the Undeniable Wealth Mastermind, because I want to create a space for female entrepreneurs to come together and do business differently, create their lives differently, out of the hustle and grind. But then there also has to be severe ownership of what is holding you back. What are those thoughts? What are the stories? What are the habits that you keep falling into that keep you stuck in the action? Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. So if you want to apply to be part of the Entrepreneur Undeniable Wealth Mastermind, applications are now open. I'll put the link here so you can have a look. But at the end of the day, even if you don't join the mastermind, I just want to encourage you to look at how you feel on a daily basis and how do you want to feel, and start looking at your thoughts. Like, I can't emphasize this enough. At the end of the day, and my clients always come back to me laughing, and it just gets deeper and deeper, where we start to be really aware of our intentions behind things, being so connected to the fact that we are not enough and that we are not good enough or worthy or lovable. And then really looking at, okay, once we get rid of all of those fears, who's left? Be that person. And okay, so do you guys watch Love is Blind? And I have to admit, I kind of fast forward through it. I watch like one episode in 15 minutes. But at the end of the day, I love the beginning episodes. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Love is Blind is when they all go into pods and they date without having seen the other person. And when people are in that state, they're so vulnerable. They're so beautiful. It is a contrived environment where your environment outside doesn't play a factor. You're in these pods. And this is kind of a beautiful analogy for life. When we don't have the influence of everything else around us, we're able to stay in alignment. We're able to stay good. And then once their relationship goes out into the real world, when they start getting influenced by the other person's actions, how they show up in the world, what's going on, they start to lose it. And they, most importantly, lose their own alignment. So look at your life right now and the environment that you're in and what is taking you out of alignment, because it's all about coming back. And when you are triggered, when you are taken out of alignment, start looking at, how did that impact me? Why did that impact me? What story am I attaching to that? What meaning am I attaching to that? How am I allowing that experience to take away my power? So that's what I have to share with you today, because it comes up all the time. And it's just these small little changes that you can make in your life to make a big change. I was at Bulk Barn this week, and I shared this on my Instagram stories this week. But I was at Bulk Barn, and in Canada, it's basically this bulk nuts and flour and all that sort of stuff. And you kind of just put it in bags and take it. So it's great for the environment, but they also have lots of selection. So I'm at Bulk Barn, and I heard a couple things. And there was a mom just telling her child, oh, everything's so expensive. We can't buy that. It's too expensive. Everything's expensive. And I want you, whether you're a mom or just for your own good, to start really paying attention to when you reinforce the beliefs that you don't want to be true. And that's where the addiction is. That's where we continue to self-sabotage and get in our own way, because we make things to be true. And yes, maybe you don't have the money in your bank account right now to pay for that, but it's in the words that you decide to use that become your beliefs and that become your life. Because instead of saying, oh, it's so expensive, just say, oh, let's have a game today. Let's see how close to $10 we can get, right? It has nothing to do with things being out of reach or you not being good enough and you not being able to afford that. Yet you're still staying in budget, and it's still great. And notice the feeling, how different that feeling is. So if you're not sure if you're saying things that don't feel good, start paying attention to how you feel when you say things. How does it feel when you say, oh, that's too expensive? It doesn't really feel good, but keeps you safe. When you say things like, oh, I'm no good things ever happened to me. I'm not lucky. How does that feel? It doesn't feel good, right? So every time you are feeling off, it's usually because you've judged yourself or somebody else. And the truth of who you are doesn't believe what you just said. Because you are abundant and you are loved And it's time for you to start living your life in that way, knowing how worthy you are, knowing that you are enough, knowing that you are loved, knowing that you are radiant, and that you can create the life that you want. So that's all I have to say today. I always write some notes for you, and I've kind of gone over everything, and I know that some of this might sound idealistic or unrealistic, but at the end of the day, how you feel says it all. So if you feel good and what you're doing works for you, amazing. I am cheering you on all the way. And if you want to do it differently and you want to feel better, just send me a DM. And I am happy to give you some more resources and support and a step-by-step guide to help you feel better so that you can transform whatever it is that you want, whether that be your relationships or your career or your finances, because it is possible for you. And I want to be that example for you. So I was going to use another example, but then I'm going to go on a tangent. So I think that is all for today. And I just wanted to send you so much love. I have a friend coming over this afternoon. She'll be here in a little bit, which will be nice. And yeah, and that's that. So please stay connected. Like I always say, I am always cheering you on. And I cannot wait to further support you and share with you and connect with you. I love you so much. Have a great day.